Yeah, I'm in the hallway trying to get outside. Friday. Right? Okay. Hi, guys. Hello, 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 hello. Mic check 1 2 1 2. The time is currently, let me guess. This is Vaseline. The time is currently, I want to say like 10, 9 something, maybe 10. Yeah, let's speed this up. Let's take a sip of this coffee first, see what this hitting on. I know it's good. I use sugar-free vanilla. Torani, I believe it is the brand. We're doing Vlogtober. And this is going to be the first day. It is October 1st. We are going to attempt Vlogtober. I have never vlogged, uploaded a video for 30 days straight. And here we are. Yes, Kai's Mafiathon ended yesterday, which was super inspirational. That's my second year watching it. I watched the second one and third one, which was this year. I was locked in just as much as I was last year. He was literally like my best friend for those 30 days, especially because, you know, I'm a stay-at-home veteran. You know, I just stay at home. I go shopping here and there. It's a blessing. It is. I can't complain. But I am excited to start working. Can't lie. If you guys don't know me, I go by Sunny. I've been going by Sunny for a long time, and then I switched it to Big Wig, and now I'm at LirasLens. So, welcome to my lens. My name's Lyra. Yeah. And today we're going to talk about a little bit of my journey. Because I don't talk about me a lot here, but one second. And I kind of like to keep it that way, you know? Sometimes it's just got to be private, but scratch their itch sometimes. So, my mug says Kuwait. I've been there. Yeah. So, I'm a 7-year active duty U.S. Army veteran. I joined right after high school. Like I said, I was in for 7 years. Boom, 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 right? Went to a couple different places. Lots of different places, if you ask me. I am that girl. But I decided I wanted to get out in 2019, I believe. That's when the thought came about. And we'll get into that another time on why I decided to get out. But anyways, I decided to get out in 2019. I deployed to Afghanistan in 2020. And then I was left Afghanistan and I went to Qatar. Then when I left Qatar, that's when I came back to Hawaii, and that was my home station. I was in Hawaii for 3 years. And that time I was in Afghanistan and Qatar was the second year of my rotation of being in Hawaii, because it was 3 years total. Anyways, I decided to get out, and I knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I researched a couple different things. I knew I didn't want to be a nurse. I knew I didn't want to be a surgical tech. So I chose X-ray, and I went to school for 2 years, and I started in January of 2023, finished in December 2024. That's a whole nother video. I took my registry. Mind you, we get to take our registry 3 times before you have to take the program all over again if you want to take it over. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to take it over. So, but I knew I just knew by the grace of God and my hard work, if I failed that test 3 times, I wasn't applying myself, or that just wasn't in God's plan. So, that shit is hot. Can we cool it down some more? Let me know if I talk fast in this video. Welcome to a new segment. This is going to be probably multiple videos of where I'm just sitting and chatting, because for one, I enjoy walking around and vlogging. This is off topic. I enjoy walking around and vlogging, but it can get tiring and it can get very personal. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just sit here. Let's just have a seat. We don't need to walk around my place. So, like I said, three attempts to take the registry, the ARRT, American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. I believe that's how you say it. Anyways, so I took it the first time in February of 2025, failed it, distraught. I was distraught. I was like, it was bad. And then I had boy issues, and I just felt like my world was crumbling down. February, yeah, that was like my wake up call. February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, I took my test, failed it, right? I just was like, oh my God, X-ray isn't for me. Like, why did I get out of the military? Like, I started second guessing. Second guessing, not like to the point where I thought I wanted to go back to the military. No, not at all. I knew I still had 2 attempts, and thank to God, thank the Lord that I didn't, have to work because I was a veteran. So February passed, and I'm like trying to get on my stuff. I'm like going back to the gym and, just trying to create routine. And it's different because I'm not in school now. Like, I have literally no schedule. Like, the 24 hours is yours. This world is yours, basically. So I'm trying to create a schedule and get back on track. But being that I live in Atlanta and there's so much to do in Atlanta, and I love going outside. I love going outside. Love it. But I also love staying in the house. So, well, I can't say I love it. I love being outside more than I love being in the house. And outside does not always mean partying. Please don't do me. Please. I like to walk in home goods. Okay? Thanks. So, February passed. My birthday was March 6th. I turned 29. I did not celebrate. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to be like, I had this plan for myself where I was like, I'm supposed to be, working or like getting ready to work. I'm supposed to be registered. That was my plan. Like, at 29, I was supposed to be done with school. I was supposed to be registered, ready to walk across the stage, having fun with my friends, da 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 da. No, let me tell you something. God said no. So I failed my test in February. Like I said, my birthday came. I didn't celebrate it. I did go out with my friend, but it was like, yeah, whatever. It was, thank God for my birthday, put it that way. So that's when I started brainstorming, like, okay, I came to myself like real, like, okay, Delira, like something has to change. If you want a different outcome for the next time you take the test, you have to change something drastically. And one thing about me, if you don't know, I know how to get the hell on, okay? I know how to go on and get. I know how to get on. I know how to go. So I'm like, okay. It felt like I didn't have enough discipline to stay in Atlanta and actually like study how I needed to study. Like, guys, I needed to dive into the books. I need to lay it all out. No distractions, no nothing, right? So I'm like, okay, I need somewhere where there's no distractions. I literally need to be humbled. So I said, you know what? Let me call my grandparents. My grandparents, that's another chat for this couch. Couch, get ready. I love my grandparents to infinity and beyond, right? My mother's parents. They're still together. They're retired. They have, land and all this good stuff. Like, I just love them. I love their relationship. But I called them and I'm like, I put them on 3-way. I called my grandma because they have a house phone still. So cute. And I'm like, hey, grandma, is granddad there? And she was like, yeah. I called them often and I talked to them. So it wasn't like weird or out of the normal that I was calling. So, but to have both of them on the phone, it was like, like, what's going on, right? So I'm like, hey. So I told them that I didn't pass my registry the first go round. And me asking for help, ooh, girl, that was tough for me because I am so independent, guys. And I don't say that to brag. The military has taught me to be that way. Get it or don't get it, basically. So it's like always been like, okay, I gotta get it. I gotta get it myself. I don't gotta ask nobody for nothing. And it wasn't like, I don't need nobody. It was never that. It was just, the way that I was brought up. Like, if you want it, you're gonna go and get it. So I told them that, I didn't pass my registry, and I asked them basically if I could come and stay with them for a month for me to like study so that I could take my registry again, and then, I would be out of their hair basically. And they're like, yeah, like we don't mind you coming. And mind you, they were excited. They were so excited. And we still, they were still excited while I was there. So this was March, the end of March, right? So I'm like, okay, I just had to figure out which day I wanted to end my lease. So I ended my lease the beginning of April, packed up all my stuff in March, like during those 2 or 3 weeks, booked my movers. My movers came. I moved out. I packed like two suitcases, and then I had my backpack with my study material, and I had a tote bag that had all my like cameras and stuff in it, my laptop and all that good stuff, my electronics. So I'm like, wow, I'm really doing this. So I ended up, packing up my car or whatever, and I said bye to I told my friends, like I was leaving, and we didn't really do a farewell dinner. I think I saw them individually, like we all went out, or like, I just texted them like, hey, like I'll be back. Like I just knew I was coming back. Girl, I felt like I was going to prison. So I'm like, yeah, like I'll be back. It's cool. Like I'll be back. Like, right. So I leave. This is like April 10th maybe or 12th, because my niece's birthday is on the 17th. And then the 20th, 420. 420 is when I got to my grandparents' house. Guys, when I tell you, I was studying, like I got my results from my test in the mail, and I saw like what my weak points were or what subjects that I didn't do well in. Girl, we looking at all of it. So we took it way back. I'm talking 2 years of like learning. We took it way back. When I tell y'all, I was in North Carolina. It's like a small town in North Carolina. I got there on 420, took my bags out the car. I already knew what room I was sleeping in. I was sleeping in my mom's old room. It was just so cute. I love how my grandma has it set up. Like her kids, like her kids' rooms. She has pictures of their kids in their room. It's so cute. But I slept in my mom's room, and every day, like 420, the next day, I got there, 420. And on the 21st, which was a Monday, it's time to lock in. Like, let's get to it. Like, you have nowhere to be. Like, this is where you need to be, right? So I was praying every day. I was going to church every Sunday. We were cutting greens, picking greens in the garden. My grandparents have a garden. Picking greens on Thursday mornings. Or I'm talking early in the morning, which I didn't mind. It was bonding time. I have clips of them, like of us, like in the garden picking greens on Thursdays. Friday we would clean the church. My grandpa always had something to do. He was retired, but he was cutting grass, baby. My grandpa don't sit still. My grandma had to remind me to eat. She basically had to make me eat. If you ever go to my grandma and my grandpa's house, the first thing my grandma's gonna ask you, baby, you hungry? She loves to feed people. You're not gonna be hungry there. So it was every day, like sun up to sundown. I remember one day I studied, y'all, I got a late start. It was like 1 p.m. when I started studying. And I had my laptop, I had my notebooks, I had the skull figure. I had, on their sunroom, they had a Roku TV, and I thought it was so cute. It was a little smart TV. And I was up there, I was watching Megan Peretti. I was listening to her videos. I was eat, sleeping, breathing X-ray. Like I wasn't watching any YouTube videos. I missed my people. The YouTubers that I do watch, I missed watching their videos so much, but it was like, I have to do this for me, right? So I did that for like 2 or 3 weeks until I decided that I was like, okay, you came here to study for your test. When is your test? You need to schedule it, girl. I slept on it for about 3 nights because I'm like, I don't know when I want to take it. I'm not ready, right? So I think when I scheduled it, I had like 12 or 11 days left. I don't know. I'm going to insert the clip. But I didn't tell anyone. Only person I told was the man above. And I knew I wanted to take it before the 24th of May and before that next week, because the 24th was my family reunion, and I was going to see all of my family that I have not seen in years, like all of my cousins in years. And I know we was going to be turning up, smoking it. So I wanted to celebrate. And I wanted to put this behind me and like tackle this head on and check it off, So I was on the phone with the guy, and he's like, I have the 20th available at 2 p.m. And I'm like, okay, like I'll take it. And it was an hour away It was an hour and some change away. The first time I took my test, it was an hour and some change away. When I tell you that ride back home was terrible, terrible. But anyways, it happens, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Just because it's an hour away don't mean, the same thing gonna happen. I'm like thinking anything at this point. But my faith is in God. So I'm like, cool. So now that I know my test is like days away, I start counting down. Every day, it gets more strenuous. More strenuous. I was back home for 4 weeks. I probably saw my dad 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days out of that whole time. Like, I wasn't going back. So my dad lived like 20 minutes away. So my mom's side of the family is in one town, and then my dad's side of the family is in another town, which was like 20, 30 minutes away, right? But I didn't come here to visit. I'm sorry, I didn't come here for that. So, but I did make time. I did go see my grandma and my cousins and stuff, and it was a good balance. It was a really good balance. So, the morning of my test, I was super emotional because I had took my braids out because they were just old. I was ready to take them out. My grandma actually helped me take them out in the sunroom. So I took them out, and I was struggling with my natural hair, and I didn't know how I wanted to do it. It couldn't go back in the bun. Girl, it was gonna look crazy. So, I don't know. I did some funky style. I don't know. So, I was a bit emotional about that, but I also think my cycle was coming on and the test in itself. So, I'm writing down stuff before I leave for my test. I think I ate breakfast. I'm not sure. And then my mom calls me. She was like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, oh, just studying. Cool, right? So, I get on the road. I have a slice of pizza that my grandma gave me. Because I think we had pizza the night before. I'm not sure. So, I had the slice of pizza. Girl, I'm driving. The pizza slides down on the floor. Now I'm hungry. So, I get close to where I'm taking a test. Mind you, the whole ride, I'm listening to Megan Peretti. Let's take it back. I'm sorry. When I was studying all those hours every day, I would try and give myself a little bit of like freedom at night to like watch certain YouTube videos. Like I would handpick the ones that I wanted to watch. So I'm like, okay, an hour-long vlog. Okay, I'm going to study from this time to this time. And I would study until like my freaking head hurts or like until I covered the section that I wanted to cover a day because I had sections to do each day. And then when I didn't understand something and that section went over to the next day, that's when I would get frustrated. But if you don't understand the concept, you don't understand it. So just take your time and take them notes. When I tell you my hands was looking like my strong hand, yeah. I would watch a YouTube video. Guess what would come to my mind? X-ray stuff. I would ask myself a question, and if I didn't know it, shut it. Actually, shut it and go figure it out. Yeah, that's what I would do. So on the way there, I did grab me something to eat. Couldn't finish it, girl. Couldn't finish it. And when I got to the place where I took my test, there was a daycare right across from it. And I thought like that was God speaking to me because if you don't know, I always wanted a daycare. So I was like, oh my God, am I supposed to be opening a daycare instead of doing this? Like, Lord, please, like, I just want to pass the test. Like, please, can we do this first, please? So I'm like in the car praying. I played my favorite song. What is it called? It's called How Much More. I can't remember the artist. My cousin Casey put me on to her because she graduated and she put it on her story. Jordan G. Welch, How Much More. Oh my God, that song. Oh! So I did play that. And I went in and, did my thug thizzle. Did my thug thizzle. All thanks to God. And then I came out. I remember when I got the results on the screen, I was like, okay, wow. Well, I was blinking like, okay, I got an 80, y'all. The first time I took my test, I got a 66. I got an 80. You can do anything you put your mind to. And while I was studying for the test, I knew that the test didn't define, me and my ability to do x-rays or be an x-ray tech. I knew that. But it was just something I had to prove to myself. It was like I got out of the military. I was doing good in the military. I got out because I wanted to do this. So you need to do this. You need to finish what you started. So I passed it. I left out. I got all my belongings. And I leave out the waiting room or whatever. Yeah, I'm in the hallway trying to get outside. Frantic. Right? So I'm like, first person I thought of was my sister. I turned my phone off. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. I just told my grandma, my grandpa I would be back, So I don't know if they had called me or anything. But I don't think they did it once I turned my phone on. But I went to the elevator. Elevator wasn't moving fast enough. Forget it. I'll take the stairs. Went down the stairs. 2 flights of stairs. Do. out the door, walked outside, and I said, the price just went up. The price just went up. So I get to my car, I'm turning my phone on. I call my sister. And I'm like, I passed. Like, I freaking passed. And she's like, what? And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, boo-hoo crying on the phone. Like, my nieces and my nephew was on the phone too. And it was just like, dang, I really did what I said I was going to do. So to anybody, if you really want something, one, you got to keep God first. You have to keep God first. You have to put in the work. He's not going to do it if you don't put it, but you have to put in the work. You have to do your part. It's like a teamwork. It's like a team effort. You know what I mean? God isn't magic. You know, it's not magic. He creates miracles. He does. Put your mind to it. Get it done. Nobody's coming to save you. And if it was not for my grandparents, oh my God. Oh my God. If it wasn't for my grandparents, I really don't know. I really don't know. If they didn't have that space, I really don't know. So I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. I've spoken to them already. I'm actually going to call them today. I've spoken to them already. And while I was home, I was taking my grandpa grocery shopping, and he was cooking on the grill. It was good vibes. My grandma had a birthday. I celebrated her birthday. I went to the dollar store, got her some balloons, a card, and some cupcakes and some candles, and we sang her happy birthday. It was like they had somebody in the nest again. You know, somebody to like take care of, in a sense, look out for. It was different. But girl, let me tell you, once my time was up, they helped me pack that car happily. They helped me pack that car up. I passed my test on the 20th. I was out the door on the 24th. Them outlaws don't play, man. They ain't gonna play with you. They didn't kick me out, but you know, it was like I did what I came to do, and it was like we're so happy for you, girl. You would have thought it was my I was a doctor. The way everybody was so proud of me, I love that though. My family did congratulate me, and it was just like a huge joy. And that night, I slept so good. Yeah. I slept so good that night. And I watched YouTube, and then it ended up watching me. Like, I didn't even stay up long enough to watch it. My head was hurting from, like, yelling and just, like, the adrenaline, you know? Like, once I laid down, it was like, ooh, I got a slight headache, low-key. Went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. I was like, dang, like I really passed. And then I think that same day, that's when I went to go see my dad's side of the family, and I kicked it with them. And it felt really good. It felt really, really good. But yeah. And I appreciate you guys being patient with me. My subscribers, thank you so much. All 782 of you. I appreciate you guys. Like this video. Comment down below. Let's comment how much more. Yeah, comment how much more if you got to this point. It's 11:03. Excuse me. I haven't been to the gym in 2 days because Sunday was a rest day. Wait, it's been 3, bitch. Sunday, Monday. It's been 3 days. I didn't go Sunday because I went to the game. Monday, I didn't go. I walked on Monday, I think. Tuesday, yesterday, I didn't go. Now today, okay, we have to go. Okay. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Toodles. Mwah. Bye. Whoop-dee-doo. Mwah. All right. Now I gotta get up. Cut cameras. Production. I wish. One day. Talk show? I can see it happening.